So, you want to be a tank in Marvel Rivals? Or maybe you don't, but the entire team insta-locks DPS again. And... there are 3 fundamentals every tank needs to master: space control, damage mitigation, and disruption. Tanks excel at different fundamentals, but I'll break that down in another video. First up, space control. Your job as a tank is to control key areas and deny space to the enemy. Keep applying pressure to push them back and force them out of contested zones. We don't want to give them a single inch. Controlling space is about denying the enemy opportunities. Magneto tries to take ground here, so I rotate to block him off and force him back. Tanking isn't just about holding space, it's taking it too. Sometimes the threat of eliminating an enemy is enough to force them back and secure ground. Recognising we have the advantage with 2 enemies down, we push aggressively to take and hold space, forcing their team back while the payload moves up uncontested.
I'm counting on you, friends.
Next up is damage mitigation. Mitigation keeps you in the fight. I drop low as Hulk, but using my barrier, it lets me hold the front line and force the enemy back. As we retreat, I stay in front line with Groot, body blocking and dropping walls to soak damage and protect my team while we fall back. A huge amount of damage is coming down the choke. I use Magneto's shield and bubble to protect my team, letting them stay in the fight and keep up the pressure. And lastly, disruption. I take an off angle and dive the enemy backline, taking out their supports. With both supports gone, the fight is as good as over. I catch the DPS in a web snare and eliminate them. This gives us an advantage, so we can now push the point. I catch the rocket in a snare as well, and now we have a huge advantage, so we push the point and take it. It's not always about getting the elimination. By diving in support, I force them out of position and out of the fight, giving my team the advantage without overcommitting. I focus the backline, forcing them to retreat. With no heals, Magneto gets taken out, showing how pressure alone can shift a fight. Let's recap the main points, and one thing to remember. Space control means taking and denying space, dictating where the enemy can and can't go. Mitigation is about reducing damage and protecting your team, keeping them alive. Disruption forces enemies out of positions, breaking their formation and creating openings for you to exploit. And one thing to remember, these fundamentals don't stand alone. Disruption creates space, space control helps mitigate damage, and mitigation enables disruption. For more Marvel Rivals guides, hit subscribe and I'll catch you in the next one.